So I have to start with some full disclosure. Like a good Catholic, I like confession. I like transparency, helps me to sleep at night. When Father Daly mentioned the assignment for this retreat, he said something, 15 minutes, okay, on something that you got from the retreat. And I just, after so many years of religious life, I've just heard so many retreats, and it was all beautiful. It was great content, but it was just kind of, like they say in Ecclesiastes, nothing new under the sun, right? So you find yourself in that kind of situation, just wondering, like, what can you glean from it? So like kind of like a prospector, you're panning for gold in a stream, and I'm just looking for a nugget. And so there was, thanks be to God, one really good nugget, actually. And it really did make an impression on me. And I hadn't thought of it at the time, and I thought about it later when I was preparing this talk, is when he said that the vast majority of times that Our Lady speaks to, when she appears to someone, like lay people, she calls them little children. And when she appears to a priest and speaks to a priest, she says, my beloved son. So that is very beautiful for all of us. Just the other day, on Sunday at my pastoral assignment, I was asked to speak on the Nicene Creed. And you know how you get these talks and it's not like something you would have chosen? Like I'm speaking to kids, so they're, it's kind of hard to unpack the Nicene Creed without getting into a lot of deep theology, things that were debated about for centuries and are very difficult to explain to children. But I got to God the Father, and I really didn't want to just pass over it. One thing I did say, and I always like to push the line a little bit with heresy, so you can, it gets people's, ire up a little bit. I said, so, we don't believe that God is a mother, but actually you have to say that there is just a tiny kernel of truth to maternity from God the Father, because although Jesus always called him Father, and he's definitely in the Trinity, he is the Father, for sure, absolutely. But you can never say that anything that we would want as humans, maternity, being mothered, is lacking in God, that he can't give us that. So God did not need to give us Mary, but he chose to, because he knows our humanity. He knows we're human, he knows what we need. I always like one of the nuggets I got from a retreat a long time ago, Father John Harden, S.J. of happy memory. He said, I never tell people that there's no food in heaven because they won't want to go. I thought that's brilliant, because it's true. Even if intellectually you can accept it, you're like, kind of looking forward to a nice steak, so.
Don't tell the children no ice cream in heaven.
Okay, I won't tell them. I will not tell the children there's no ice cream in heaven. I'll wait till after they make their confirmation. But so God gave us Mary as a gratuitous gift, right? So he gave us a model of maternity, what it means to be a mother and to have a mother. And he gave us a model of true Christian discipleship. She's the ultimate follower of Jesus, and of femininity as well. So when I was a kid, I didn't live with my father. My parents split up, and we moved out to the country. I lived in Baltimore. And I went to a new school, and I was very nervous, and it was in third grade. And my mom said, you're going to play soccer. And I said, no, I'm not. And she said, yes, you are. And so I was a very stubborn kid. And she said, okay, I'll make a deal with you. Just go one time, go to the practice. And if you like it, that's great. If you don't like it, you don't have to go anymore. And I went, and I loved it. And there was another time when my father, he was somewhat involved. He was always trying to get us to read a book. So over the summertime, it was like anathema. There's no way I'm reading during the summertime. But he would bribe us. He would give us $2 for a book. I never earned a single dime. I just wouldn't read during the summertime. But my mom wanted me to read a book, and she said, I said, Mom, I can't read a book. She brings all these stories up. She reminds me of these stories to this day because she wants to remind me how stubborn I am. But she went to Walden Books in Harford Mall in Bel Air, Maryland, and she bought me this big, thick biography of Jimi Hendrix. And man, I read that book in like a week. I tore it up like a bag of potato chips. So she said, see, you can read. You just think you can't do things, and turns out you can. So Mary, as our mother, that's one of her great roles, is that Maybe some people had a great relationship with their mother, some people didn't. Great relationship with your father. Your father does the same thing, but my mom had to sort of double time on parenting. She had to do things to encourage me, to show me my gifts and help me, encourage me to use them. So as we prepare for the priesthood, we're preparing to be fathers. And we are also, it's necessary for us to be able to do that well, to prepare to be true sons. So we should, like Christ, be prepared to be sons of the Father and sons of Mary.